let's get it started. Just tell me a little bit about you and a little bit about the team and your project.
Sure. So my name is Chris, and the core team, we're based in Australia. And of course, we've got members from all over the globe. My background, I come from a Web 2, the last 10 years, and building various businesses with obvious web presences, selling lots of products and services online. And I guess coming into Web3 was a natural transition for me. I like to keep myself quite busy, but the main reason why we did start this project was purely out of frustration. And mind you, we have been working on this for quite some time now, since January this year. So there's been a lot of things happening in the background, and there's always lots of development plans that we're working on every day. We have quite an extensive roadmap, but I'm also a portfolio manager for a crypto fund at Cutting Edge Capital. So I look after their crypto portfolio there, and I've been doing that for the last few months, actually. Kind of had to look for a job along the way because building so long, it's been quite a costly exercise. We've spent quite a bit of money in the whole development process and also the marketing side, of course. So it's been pretty full on, but yeah, I'm working that in tandem with the current project. So certainly keeps me busy and out of trouble, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. As crypto, it's a 24-hour deal. It's 24/7. It never stops. So, but sounds like you push pretty hard. So, so I'm just kind of flipping through some of your docs right now. It's saying you guys are next generation rebase 2.0. I know you guys have the safe exit NFTs. So I guess let's kind of figure out why you're different from everyone else. What sets you apart?
So as most people may be aware with rebase projects, the thing that we're only supporting sort of the APY were the buy and sell taxes. Now, everyone has found out by now, whether the hard way or not, that it's not sustainable in the long term. And to support such a high APY, 13, 18% taxes generally on the way in and out is just not going to sustain that over the long term. So we have obviously had the privilege of hindsight by taking our time in building this project and seeing lots of projects that have come and gone, and some good projects that have unfortunately been a bit too late, scrambling to add additional revenue streams. So we've been fortunate in that sense, where we've recognized having these additional revenue streams will allow us to get through the short to medium term. And so our realistic goal is getting past year one. With the APY at 111,888%, which is not, the highest offerings out there, but we have extensively modeled the APY against all the revenue streams that we're expecting along the way, and have found that as long as we can get past the first year, then year 2 to year 10 will be an easy road, because the APY will halve by every year from year 2 onwards. And GuilderFi is also a 10-year fixed protocol, because with rebase protocols especially, once the last rewards are given out to users or token holders, there's really not much else for the protocol left to do. So GuilderFi itself will only serve for 10 years. However, with all the additional revenue streams that we're building, which will be additional protocols such as the DEX, NFT Marketplace, Guilder Bank, and we also have some token locking initiatives like lotteries, that gives us obviously the chance to keep up paying the APY. And then from year 2, since the APY does halve, which is significant, we know for a fact that once we can get past that first year, year 10 year 2 to 10 will be a smooth ride. So that's our ultimate goal, because once the last rebases are done, then the token supply will have maxed out. And at that point, the N1 token will truly become deflationary. It is a very ambitious goal, but having a goal, I think, is important nonetheless, than as opposed to not having one. So our immediate roadmap will basically involve building out the rest of these protocols that we have planned. Most of them, well, half of them have already been built, with the remaining half to come towards the end of this year, which is when we expect all the development work to be complete. And then we'll be handing over the keys to the community. So I personally, just as a business owner and founder of projects, I tend to move on to things quite quickly, if you like. And so this was a perfect model in essence, because it allowed me to set something up that I felt was that could add value to people, especially in the DeFi space, with all the crazy stuff that's going on. It's a high risk protocol, but we have measures in place to address these high risks. And that's through, having the multiple revenue streams, and also allowing the community to have full say in how it operates into the future.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. No, that's awesome. Yeah, and I'm just I'm flipping through your website as well, and it looks really good. I will say that looks awesome. And seeing some info about the pre-sale event. So can you tell us a little bit about the pre-sale?
Certainly. So the pre-sale has been ongoing since last month. It has been a little bit slow. However, we're quite confident that we will get there in the end through such initiatives like we're having with yourselves at Crypto Kingdom. But the, I guess, main draw card, if you like, is the fact that rather than just buying into a rewards token, we're obviously offering the option for users to protect their initial capital via safe exit NFTs. So anyone who purchases a minimum amount of 0.5 BNB will actually be eligible to receive one of these safe exit NFTs. Now, these will be distributed in random, so the game theory part sort of kicks in there, whereby you'll get a pre-reveal state NFT when you do purchase the minimum amount. And once we launched, these NFTs will become revealed, right? So there are 5 different tiers to our NFTs, which all offer different levels of cover, starting from 1 all the way up to 100 BNB. Now, they will become more scarce the higher the protection that's offered. So there's currently only 500 BNB NFTs that will be available, and they'll all be randomized. And by looking at the Safe Exit NFT tokenomics infographic that we actually have on the website, on our docs, you'll be able to see your chances of minting one of those. Well, it's not really a mint, because you're getting the NFT sent to you directly with your tokens. So there's no claims process. You don't need to pay extra for gas or anything like that. It will be just sent to your wallet along with your tokens. And then once the token has launched, everyone will be able to find out which level of cover they've received. However, in saying that, we have made it so that anyone who participates for the minimum amount, whether it's 0.5 or 10 BNB, which is the maximum, that is how much you will be protected for. So basically, anyone that participates for greater than 0.5 BNB during the pre-sale will receive the safe exit protection, regardless of which NFT that they receive from the pre-sale. So that's a little bit of a bonus that we've coded into the smart contract, just to ensure that all capital used to participate in the fair launch will actually be protected, because I think it will be a bit unfair if people sort of bought 10 BNB but only received an NFT that protected them for one. We don't want them to think that they've kind of been, you know, kind of rorted, if you like. So we have made that exception for all participants during the sale.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm gonna post this. Post this in the AMA questions category just so you guys can see it to the website with some more information on the safe exit NFTs. It's got a nice image there showing what your mint chance is and everything like that, and how many are available. So go check that out. I will drop that in the main chat too.
Yeah, and I noticed someone mentioned earlier as well about UI UX concerns, which I think is a very good question, because you'll find that a lot of the projects throughout DeFi and crypto haven't actually gone in to spend the time and effort to make it look nice and also user friendly as well. And given that our developers, well, our lead developer, Adrian, who's unfortunately unable to join us because he does have a day job during normal business hours and it's quite late, but he actually comes from AWS, and anyone that kind of knows the rigorous process that's involved is that they only pick the best of the best. So I do like to think that our development capabilities are of the highest standards. And through that, and I guess his experience that is racked up till now, we've been able to provide the best user experience as well as a nice interface that people can actually enjoy without looking too 24-bit.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it looks like I'm over here on your DApp right now. It looks like you've got a pretty cool calculator here. We can calculate your gains. You've got let's see, you've got a little swap section. Looks like it takes pancake swap. Yeah, the dashboard and everything, it looks really cool. Is there anything left to do with it? Are you guys still working on it? Is it pretty much ready to go? I mean, is there anything missing as far as development goes?
Yeah, definitely. This is a work in progress, just to let you know. The swap page ultimately will be hosting our own DEX, because we'd like to keep everything that users do in relation to the N1 token all under the same one roof. So that will ultimately host our own swapping UI, and also the jewels that you'll see there. That's basically a very simple play to earn mechanism. So people who may not be able to afford to participate immediately, they can actually start playing the Duels game, which is really just a rock scissors paper game, but we've replaced that with wartime weapons, if you like, just to suit our theme. But the rules will be there once it's updated. I think by next week it should be up, where users can start actually playing either against each other. So the best of best of five will actually win a small portion of N1 tokens, and everyone will have up to about 20 games they can play per day, which is the maximum, just to keep it fair and prevent sort of any type of abuse. So there'll be a P2E game, which will be adding more games as well in the future, games of chance and games of luck. And the main thing that's missing from here right now is the NFT marketplace, because that's one of the sort of bigger development items, and that will be added during the next quarter, once we have actually launched the project. So work is underway, and it's quite a big project. So that people should be able to see from around October. So in around 2 months' time, that should be up and ready.
Okay, cool. So I'm scanning through some of the questions. One of the most asked questions is about your security measures. Can you dive into that a little bit and let everyone know how they can feel protected if they invest?
Sure. We've had this question come up quite a lot, actually, and the one of the main reasons why we haven't done an audit as such is because number one, the smart contract code really is not a super advanced kind of script. And anyone that has half an idea about how Solidity works or how ERC20 tokens work, they will be able to see exactly what the contract can and can't do. And in fact, you can actually even go into BSC scan. And when you go over to the contract part, you can see all the read and write options that are actually available. And we feel that coming from with the developers coming from such a I guess qualified backgrounds, um, first of all feel that audits are probably one of the biggest marketing gimmicks of Web3. And I'm sorry because I'm not saying this to offend anyone that works in that space or anything like that, but purely just from a I guess due diligence point of view. Um, it's really all there. The GitHub code is all there. Everyone can see exactly line by line how everything's being done, and it's not that complex in the sense that Solidity code is not that complex. But in saying that, our smart contract is one of the most complex out there, complex smart contracts, because we've added so many mechanisms into the actual protocol that we've actually reached our max limit. So we can't actually even add an extra line of code as of now. And anyone that wants to sort of offer audit services, come back with ridiculous quotes, because I don't think anyone has really seen a smart contract as complicated as ours, especially for a rebase protocol. And that's, I guess, where some of that rebase 2.0 ideas come from, that it's being done totally differently, written from the ground up. Nothing has been replicated at all. And any sort of auditor that sees that just kind of gets overwhelmed because of the extended process that it requires them to do their due diligence. So not that it's any more difficult, but it might take a bit of extra time. However, we know exactly what we're offering. We know what the potential vulnerabilities are, and we know what keeps users safe. And in saying that, we're launching on BNB, Binance Smart Chain, which is one of the safest chains out there. You don't really hear of too many stories about hacks or exploits on BNB, thank God. It's mainly to do with projects that are not being so honest, I guess, with the communities, who have come in with bad intentions. But we know, deep in our hearts, that we're actually here. The whole team has been assembled by like-minded people who are all sick of what they've been experiencing and seeing in the space. And so given that, and given that the rest of the team are all sort of in their 30s, 40s and 50s, no one has intentions to do anything wrong by anyone. They're all family men and family women, and we all have real jobs in the real world, and there's no reason for us to actually do any bad by the community members who have entrusted us by participating. So from a security point, we're not concerned too much, although we will be having a bounty program whereby we welcome people to come and basically just scrutinize the code to see where they might find any exploits or potential exploits which could help us make it more secure. So in replacement of an audit, we've actually chosen to rather give this money away to community members who actually, want to scrutinize it and help the community at the same time to make sure that everyone's on the same page and everyone's well informed. So the bounty, I think, is a much more sensible idea than an audit, which really doesn't change much at the end of the day, because an audit doesn't really give you a yes or no. It really just gives you what we already know. right? And so on that front, we have decided to go down the bounty road as opposed to an audit.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's a interesting take there for sure. Yeah, we actually have an audit partner as well, and Aegis Audits. I don't know if you reached out to them. They're not too bad on pricing, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. I mean, by the time you get audits and KYC and you do everything, you've spent a lot of the money that you've collected. So that's an interesting take that you're doing there by offering that money up for a bug bounty instead. So that's kind of cool. I hope that works out for you guys. And then maybe someone in the community can make some money as well if anything is located, So let's see. I saw Ponzi 7799. He's saying there's four pillars that are attractive to him. Number one is security. We talked about that. Number two is utilities. And you guys said that y'all are going to be making some investments. What are you guys going to be investing into?
So there will mainly be other DeFi projects that we come across that we find are secure and have also been highly vetted through our own due diligence. And so, rather than just, putting our money into projects that we think might do well, we'd rather align ourselves with partners in the ecosystem that are either into similar kind of projects or something a little bit different, but obviously aligned. So, you won't find us going out and participating in an NFT mint and buying like 50 NFTs as such, unless that NFT project has some sort of DeFi utility. We will be looking to align ourselves with similar like-minded projects that can sort of not confuse users and allow them to learn more about DeFi in the process, because that's the ultimate aim, is for people to learn more about DeFi and discover more advanced protocols than ours, and done in a safe way where we know that putting the money into those projects is not going to lead to any sort of adverse events.
Got you. So are you guys going to be focusing on like mainly passive income protocols? You're going to be like yield farming? You guys trying to flip tokens? What's your main goal here?
No, we won't be flipping tokens as such. It will be mainly yield farming opportunities. And I can't really sort of divulge much there because it hasn't actually started. We'd rather just come out with the news when it's actually available, rather, because we like to sort of underpromise and overdeliver. And I'm sure a lot of people can appreciate that. So but it will mainly involve passive income streams like yield farming and other APY opportunities, auto compounders as well.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And I want to get to the roundtable AMA you guys are having this Friday, but I wanted to, before we get to that, I wanted to open up the giveaway channel. As you guys know, we've got a $100 giveaway during every AMA we do. We always do a $100 giveaway. So we're going to open up that channel. If you guys have been here before, you kind of know how it works. There's an AMA giveaways category, and it's hidden right now, but I will open it up. And you're going to have about 5 minutes to react to the giveaway bot in there. So that way it keeps it to just the people that are listening in right now. They're the only ones that know when the channel is going to open, because we want to award it to the people that are listening in. So I'm going to go ahead and open this channel. It's going to be under the Submit AMA Questions category. Just react to that bot and you'll be entered into the giveaway. But like I said, you got 5 minutes, and I'm opening that right now. You can go ahead. I'll type in there. So you got, I see it. We already got 15 entries. I'll type in here. Go. All right, guys, I got 5 minutes. So, let's talk about the roundtable AMA you guys have coming up.
For sure. So this Friday at 5 p.m. UTC, we're being joined by 6 other highly promising projects from multiple chains. We have purposely done invited projects from different chains because we, as well, GuilderFi, have in our roadmap to go multi-chain, and most of those chains that will be joining us are the chains that we'll be looking at, although they will be rolled out on a demand basis. So whatever chain has the most demand, we'll be opting to roll those out first. But it will basically be all these projects coming to introduce themselves, dropping a bit of alpha, telling you about what they're up to and where they're headed. And at the same time, we have a giveaway as well during that AMA where people can ask their questions, and we'll be giving out some tokens and also cash prizes to people who ask some pretty good answers. So definitely something that people should come in and join us with on this Friday. But it will also be followed by a free roll no limit hold'em poker tournament, which should be very exciting. There's about $1,000 worth of cash and crypto prizes. It's really just a way for people within the community just to get involved in some fellowship as well and get to know different projects and find new friends and meet new people. So it should definitely be an exciting one for everyone to come in and join and listen in on.
Cool. Yeah, where's that going to be? Is that on Twitter Spaces or is that in Discord?
Yeah, that will be held in our Discord. So
Okay.
we'll share a link via the channel that you guys have set up for us in the Crypto Kingdom server, and people can just join through that and participate. So registration for poker is open, and there'll only be 150 players total that can join. So the quicker the better.
Awesome. All right. So, yeah, guys, we've got a section. It's called GuilderFi announcements. And remember, y'all can just kind of search these categories too in the main chat, hashtag GuilderFi. You're going to see all their channels pop up. GuilderFi announcements is where they're posting all their updates to our server. So if you guys want to keep up with that, keep an eye out for that channel. They'll be constantly updating for the next month or so. So, all right, cool. Let's see. I've also seen that. Let's see. You've got the ongoing pre-sale, but you have a pink sale coming up as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so we initially were going for quite an ambitious target because we did start planning, as I said, about 6 months ago, and things weren't so bearish back then. But given the current state of the market, we felt like just, divvying this up with other reputable launch pads is just going to help us with that much more liquidity to begin with, because a rebase protocol, people need to realize, does rely on having quite a lot of liquidity to begin with. Otherwise, you're just going to end up diluting yourself through the rewards if you don't have enough to begin with. So we want to make sure that we have as much as possible, and we are actually exploring a launchpad with another site as well. But they are a little bit more picky, and we're going through the due diligence process with them right now. And hopefully that way we can have maximum liquidity when we start.
Right. Okay. And then we've had a lot of people just kind of asking about the roadmap and, where are we going from here? What's your top priority for 2022? Yeah, where do we go from here? What's next?
So our top priority for 2022 is to, first of all, finalize the pre-sale, and then to get our decks up and running where we can lock our LP for the 5 years that we're promising. And also to have the NFT marketplace so users can trade safely without worrying about whether they're buying a copy or a fake or a scam. So by having all those protocols under the one roof, that will allow us to, for the users within the ecosystem, to sort of participate in the safest way possible. Because by going to another, a DEX or another NFT marketplace, for example, that people are not that familiar with, there are chances that they can sort of click on the wrong things or buy the wrong things even. And so once we have completed the build of the actual DEX NFT marketplace and the Gilder Bank, which will be issuing discounted N1 tokens, we'll then be handing over and migrating the actual protocol to a DAO driven model. And so the community will basically run the protocol from there and be involved in all sort of high level decisions from that point in.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me see what else we've got in here. We've got a ton of questions here, so
And
that's
also,
always a good sign. Yep, go ahead.
part of the roadmap We have actually planned a virtual summit event, which we expect to hopefully hold in Discord, and we're looking to have a few prominent names there from.
Still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry man, you cut out there for about 10 seconds.
Sorry, been having Discord audio issues all day, but yeah, so that will definitely be an exciting event for people to look forward to. And then, based on the success of that event, we also are looking to hold an in real life event as well, because I think, most of the time you have people just sort of talking behind a screen name or a PFP, but we also want to add a bit of, human element to this where people can actually engage and, mingle and hopefully even travel to different parts of the world as a community. And I think that will be very exciting because this is very much a community driven project. One thing I will add is that there are no team tokens for this project. And that was something that all the team were comfortable from the beginning because we're all participating in this along with everyone else. So I've already bought my 10 BNB tokens and basically just waiting for it to launch along with everyone else that has. So there's no community sort of incentive here. It's really a group of people that have come together who all want to sort of participate in this type of protocol as well, where they don't have to rely on promises of devs to do something or push a button. We have decentralized many of the aspects that other projects have failed to deliver on, including like the token buybacks. A lot of the projects are holding millions and millions in their treasuries and don't actually use those funds to buy back their tokens as promised. So that was a huge letdown for us. And that led us to the decision to basically just automate that process so it just happens regardless whether anyone likes it or not.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's see. I saw another question in here I wanted to ask. We've had a lot of good ones. Man, where did it go? The liquidity management system. We've kind of seen like Horde and some, different projects like that. They've got a liquidity management system in place. Do you guys have anything like that?
Yeah, this was actually funny because when we were having our AMA with James Pelton, we were talking about this and I was explaining our liquidity relief fund. Now, the liquidity relief fund or mechanism that will actually be responsible for token buybacks and also token sells. The main objective is to keep the token price at 100% backed liquidity at all times. So when the token actually launches, because of the amount of LP we'll have in the treasury and liquidity relief fund, it will start at about a 43% backed liquidity. And it's going to go through a price appreciation phase until it hits that 100% back liquidity. Now, once it hits that 100% back liquidity, the liquidity relief fund, which I'm going to refer to as the LRF from here on in because it's a bit long. So the LRF is responsible in keeping that at 100% backed liquidity. So if the token price, for example, goes over and goes higher and takes the LRF to, let's say, 101%, then tokens are going to be sold to bring that back to 100%. And that will be buying and selling tokens within set parameters that we have. So we have coded it so it will never fall below the 85% back liquidity level and also never exceed the 115% back liquidity. So we've got a plus or minus 15% alpha from the 100% level in order to ensure the price remains as stable as possible. And mind you, because we started working on this 6 months ago before Horde even launched, this was a concept that we thought would be quite useful. And then later to see that Horde did come out with a similar type of mechanism that is supposed to do the same thing. But I'm quite certain though the mechanics of the way it actually works under the hood is actually a little bit different, but the concept is same in keeping the price stable as possible. So it was quite surprising when James showed me that on screen during the AMA, because that was the exact vision that we had for the token price.
I can't tell you how many times that's happened with business ideas of mine. I get my plan together, I'm all excited about it, and then I find someone that did it, right at the same time as me. So that always works out like that.
Look, I mean, we applaud it though. We totally applaud that because it's one of the things that we felt were much needed for the space. And we have foregone the price appreciation phase. We don't want the token price to go to the moon. We want the token price to remain as steady as possible because we're offering a 1.9% daily reward. Because if you have price appreciation on top of that, everyone knows what's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Cool. Well, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I've missed here. Let's see. We've got another question just kind of about the relief fund. What are the measures put in place to ensure the liquidity relief fund keeps the ratio back at 100%?
So we actually have a circuit breaker, because what people need to realize is the liquidity relief fund will be using real crypto assets to keep the price stable, right? So it's going to use the BNB to prop up the price, and it's going to sell some tokens to bring it back down, right? And so by having the sorry, I'm just trying to just got a little bit distracted here. Sorry, let me come back to that anyway. But yeah, the liquidity relief fund is definitely something that will act very similar to how the Horde's LMS mechanism currently works. So it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. But there are circuit breakers. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. So we have circuit breakers in place to ensure that the funds that we have in the reserves don't get wasted. So for any reason that the LRF fails and tries to go below 85% or above 115%, we got a circuit breaker in there to ensure that it actually stops using any of those funds. That way we can pull back, reassess, and then attack it with the best approach moving forward.
Okay, got it. Let's see. We've got someone asking about the public launch. Do you guys have a date planned for that?
The public launch will happen 2 days after the pre-sale has been finalized, and once we hit the soft cap of 1,000 BNB.
Okay, gotcha. Someone posted in here and said everybody should try out the dual game on your website. What's that about? What is that?
Yeah, so the dual game is a simple P2E game where people can just go in and basically earn some N1 tokens. So everyone will have 20 games per limit per day, just to prevent anyone trying to abuse it, because it is free money at the end of the day. And we'll be adding some extra games to the dual section as well, so people can come and just earn some tokens as well if they want to participate and aren't able to sort of buy in straight away.
Cool. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. And I guess, and you may have covered this already, but I mean, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of questions about partnerships. Partnerships with potential brand ambassadors, partnerships with other projects. Do you guys have any partnerships planned or anything you're eyeing at the moment?
Yeah, we've just signed a partnership agreement with Blockchain Babes. So they're a group of women in DeFi, which is what we love to see, because we want to see more women being involved in DeFi, because I think it's still predominantly dominated by males. And so they are a group of women that are into DeFi specifically, and are out there looking for, promising projects that are highly vetted as well. So that will be kicking off, I believe, today or tomorrow. And we also have the projects that we're collaborating with through the Roundtable AMA this Friday. So they're all considered friends and they're all happy to sort of help each other out, which is great, and invite each other to AMAs to raise awareness. And we've constantly got stuff in the works. We're also speaking with Alto Protocol as well about having our tokens available for their multi-token bingo lotteries that they hold every week, I believe, in their whirlpool. So we got some exciting collaborations there as well. And we're also looking to collaborate with promising projects out there. But unfortunately, they're very hard to find, but they are out there and we'll get to them one by one. But we have certainly a lot of collaborations and marketing partners that are happening, and we engage them as we go as well. So like this week we had influencers from the Turkish community do a YouTube video for the Turkish community, and we're also looking at involving lots of other ethnic communities as well. So yeah, definitely always something happening on that front.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome. You guys got a partnership with Blockchain Babes. Yeah, I'm actually in their Discord, I believe. And then I follow them on Twitter too. I think it's cool that they're, it's an all women thing. And like at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit skeptical because there's so many guys that pretend to be girls online. And so I'm like, okay, what guy is this, behind this picture? But no, I think they're 100% real. I mean, and I applaud them for everything they're doing. I think it's awesome. So that's cool.
Yeah, they're from Australia as well. I mean, they're
Okay.
yeah, I guess they're not all about the the shiny glitter, if you like. They
Right.
actually seem to know quite a bit about DeFi, and they're all involved themselves as well. And I know that a few of them have already participated in our project as well, which is great to see. So they can do like a follow up video, showing the progress of their progress. So yeah, definitely exciting stuff there to see some women in the DeFi space.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, that's awesome. Okay, let's see. I think we're kind of coming to the end of the questions here. Someone's asking about the prisoner's dilemma.
Yep.
What is that?
So the prisoner's dilemma is a game theory concept. It's basically um, it basically describes how one can survive in an environment where everyone has their own best interest at heart, right? Because everyone really is looking out for themselves, right? But in a place, in a, I guess, in a activity game, or in this case a protocol where there are lots of rewards up for grabs, it's really to describe the way people will try and make the most for themselves, or to try and survive in the long term. So it's kind of like a survivor mentality, if you like. And it's a bit to do with game theory, which a lot of the sort of high APY protocols have to do with, even if they may not mention it.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, I think, yeah, man, I think we kind of ran through most of the questions on here. Is there anything else that you feel like we need to cover that we haven't talked about yet?
One thing I will mention is that during the pre-sale, if you do happen to buy enough to obtain your safe exit NFT, these NFTs in itself are going to um, be worth something, right? And any that aren't sold during the pre-sale, we're going to start listing these in drips and drabs as to not sort of flood the market with them. And as a price guide, what we have sort of indicated to people wanting to participate is the highest tier NFT, which offers 100 BNB protection. We expect that to be worth around about the 9 BNB mark, which represents a 9% premium. And that will basically come to you as a bonus, right? So you've got your N1 tokens, which will be generating the 1.94% revenue for you on a daily basis. And rebases happen every 12 minutes. So there should be quite a good positive feedback loop that happens where every 12 minutes you're getting paid, right? 120 times a day. And so these NFTs will be worth something to somebody else. Because let's just say, for example, you buy one BNB, but you get an NFT worth 100 BNB. Well, that person now has two options, I guess. They can either buy more BNB if they can to sort of max that threshold up to 100, knowing that they're protected, or they can actually sell that to someone else who may want to invest up to 100 BNB, who may pay a 9% premium. So that's just a rough guide that we've provided. But even the lowest BNB tier for one BNB, that we expect will be worth somewhere around 0.05 BNB. So that's a little bonus people will get on top of their N1 tokens. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. So the marketplace, do you have any idea when that may be completed?
The marketplace will be around the same time as the DEX in about 2 months before October.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
And,
yeah, go ahead.
One thing with the safe exit NFTs, there's a whole tokenomic structure behind it. So the first owner of that safe exit will receive 1% in royalties for as long as that gets unsold. Existing token holders will actually get 2% of that sale distributed, and the actual protocol will take 3%, and that will go towards supporting the APY. So there's something in it for everyone.
Right. Cool. All right, man. Well, I think we're kind of finishing up here. Oh, guys, I wanted to let you know we've got giveaway winners have been drawn. Let's see who we got. Congratulations to Bananas 5164. You're getting $50, and Prince Charming 1413. If you guys will shoot me a DM, congratulations, guys. Y'all are each getting $50. Thanks for listening in.
Congrats, guys.
Cool. Yeah. And we appreciate you guys coming in and doing this, making the giveaway possible, educating everybody on your project. I really do believe AMAs are the best way to, kind of get a feel for the team and a feel for the project, because you kind of get to hear how genuine they are when you talk to them. It's something you don't get when you're just reading messages in Telegram or Discord or whatever. So I have a lot of respect for people that, fill their days with AMAs. I mean, it's crazy, it's hectic, but I think there's a lot for the community to learn from them for sure. So if there's nothing else, I guess we'll kind of wrap this up. If you got anything else, we can cover it now, but I think we got most of these questions.
Yeah, and if anyone has any other questions, just feel free to reach out via Discord, Telegram, or even DM us on Twitter. We've got mods around the clock, so we'll be able to answer any questions or concerns anyone has. So don't feel like you're alone out there. We're here to help and want to make this a good experience for everyone as much as possible.
Cool. And yeah, guys, they are currently under the new project section, where you can search them with a hashtag in the main chat, just hashtag GuilderFi. It'll pop up, and then you can join through there. Go vote on their community trust score after you've kind of heard about them today. You've heard everything. Go over there and let us know how you feel. Rank them 1 through 5. So if you're feeling good about them, 5, not so good gets a 1. So if you'll go over there and give them a vote, that'll help them out too. So yeah, and if you guys want to just head to their Discord, make sure you join over there. They're going to be keeping you guys updated, and as well, we do have a announcement channel for GuilderFi, so they'll be getting important announcements out through our Discord server as well. So, all right, guys, I guess that's going to do it for today. Winners, make sure you DM me, and then yeah, we'll keep in touch. And I appreciate you coming out here and doing this, and we'll kind of keep the community updated as you guys go along.
Yeah, love what you guys doing and keep it up. And thanks so much once again for having us today. We look forward to having another, I guess, session with you guys in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now you should probably get some sleep. It's probably like 3 a.m. for you, huh?
No, I've actually got to stay up until the morning because tomorrow's AM. Yeah, because of
Wow.
tomorrow's schedule.
Oh man. All right. Well, best of luck to you, man. Hope you can keep your eyes open.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.